Your person is beginning to awaken to a truth they had long ignored or perhaps never fully understood until now, that you are the physical embodiment of the unconditional love they have been yearning for all along. It's as though a veil has been lifted, and with this newfound clarity, they're starting to see just how sacred, powerful, and rare your connection truly is. As they stand in the silence of this realization, they are consumed by reflection, questioning many of the decisions they've made, not just in relation to you, but in the way they've handled love, vulnerability, and connection throughout their life. They are haunted by a sense of regret, an aching awareness that somewhere along the journey, they mishandled you. Not necessarily with deliberate intent, but through a combination of emotional immaturity, fear, and disbelief in the depth of what was unfolding between you. They didn't know what to do with something so pure, so intense, so transformative. The idea that someone could love them without condition or expectation was foreign, and instead of embracing it, they resisted. They tried to fit this connection into the narrow confines of what they thought love was supposed to look like, never realizing they were standing in the presence of something far greater. What startles them most is the contrast between then and now. They remember how you stood beside them, unwavering. Through the darkness, the confusion, and the chaos, you were there. You were a steady light in times they couldn't see clearly, a voice of calm when their inner world was storming. And now, as they look around, searching for the warmth they once took for granted, they are beginning to feel the cold emptiness that your absence brings. They can sense that something has shifted. You no longer look at them with the same wonder, respect, and admiration that once filled your eyes. Something sacred has dimmed, not because your love was weak, but because their actions slowly eroded the trust that held it together. They know this distance, this disconnection, is something they created. It was their doubts, their insecurities, and their ego-driven reactions that pushed you further and further away. They realize now that they allowed fear to dominate where love should have led. They let pride speak louder than vulnerability, and in doing so, they lost the very thing that had been keeping them whole. Your silence speaks volumes to them now. It echoes in the places where your voice once brought comfort, and that absence is deafening. Yet, despite all of this, they want you to know something deeply honest: they are still yours. Even in the silence, even in the space between you now, it is still you who holds their heart. You still have a grip on their emotions, their thoughts, their desires. Spiritually, mentally, and even physically, no one else compares to you. No one else satisfies their soul in the way you do. They've tried to distract themselves, to forget, to numb what they feel, but nothing fills the void. You are the one who stirred something within them that no one else ever could. You made them feel alive, seen, understood. And that feeling hasn't faded, no matter how far apart you may seem now. They are beginning to understand that this wasn't just a love story, it was a soul alignment. The universe didn't place you in their life by accident. You were exactly what they needed, even if they didn't know it at the time. Through your presence, they experienced growth, healing, and a level of emotional intimacy they never imagined possible. You challenged them to rise, to reflect, to confront the parts of themselves they often hid away. And through all of that, you still loved them. Unconditionally. They now see that you brought out the best in them. You saw beauty in their brokenness and strength in their silence. You believed in them when they couldn't believe in themselves. And now, standing in the aftermath of their own self-sabotage, they realize how deeply they miss being seen through your eyes. Because you didn't just love the version of them they showed to the world, you loved the entirety of who they were, even the parts they were still learning to accept. In this moment of painful clarity, they are beginning to grasp that you may be gone, not just physically, but energetically. You may no longer be holding space for them in your heart the way you once did. And that thought terrifies them. Because now, more than ever, they understand that what they had with you was rare, sacred, and profoundly real. They may not have the words to say it all aloud, and perhaps they don't know how to fix what's been broken. But deep in their heart, they want you to know, it was always you. It's still you. And no matter where life takes you from here, they will always carry the imprint of your love, because it changed them. Irrevocably. My love, there are no words that can fully capture the depth of pain I feel from being separated from you. It's more than just loneliness, it's as though a vital part of me has been torn away, leaving an emptiness that echoes with longing. It feels like a piece of my very soul has been ripped out, and in its place is a silence that only your presence can heal. Each day without you stretches endlessly, and every night feels colder without your warmth beside me. I miss your voice, your laughter, the way your presence made everything feel right in the world. There's an ache in my chest that never seems to ease, no matter how hard I try to distract myself. I long for your touch, the safety of your embrace, and the peace I only found when I was close to you. I still feel you, even now. It's strange how vivid your presence remains in my life despite the distance. The signs were there from the very beginning, the way we connected so effortlessly, like our souls recognized each other before our minds even had the chance to catch up. I was drawn to you instantly, not in a way that made sense logically, but in a way that felt ancient and eternal, as though I had known you from many lifetimes before this one. It caught me off guard, this connection. I wasn't searching for it, nor did I expect it. But sometimes, the most powerful bonds are the ones that appear unexpectedly. They're the ones that shake us to our core, that challenge what we thought we knew about love, fate, and ourselves. And you did that, you made me question everything, and at the same time, you made everything make sense. I can't help but think of you constantly. No matter what I do, you are always in my thoughts. The world keeps spinning, people keep moving forward with their lives, but a part of me is still caught in the moment we said goodbye. Nothing seems to fill the space you left behind. I try to stay busy, to keep my mind occupied, but nothing compares to what I felt when I was with you. It's as if there's a void in my heart that no one else can reach, no matter how kind, caring, or present they may be. My emotions for you are beyond my control. As much as I might try to suppress them, they rise up again and again, like a tide I can't hold back. Sometimes I just sit and stare at your pictures, trying to remember every detail, the curve of your smile, the warmth in your eyes, the way your hand felt when it held mine. I close my eyes and try to relive those moments, even though I know memories will never be a substitute for reality. Still, they're all I have now, and I cling to them, hoping they'll be enough to get me through. I miss the feeling of being near you more than I can say, the comfort, the connection, the way everything seemed brighter when you were around. Right now, I'm sifting through the ashes of what we had, trying to find something to hold on to, a spark, a sign, a reason to believe we're not done yet. It hurts, more than I ever imagined it could. Sometimes it feels like there's nothing left but pain and sorrow, and yet, even in the darkest moments, I can't let go of hope. I believe in what we had, in what we still could have. I believe that love like ours doesn't just vanish. It might falter, it might get lost in the chaos of life, but it doesn't disappear. Not truly. I have faith that we can rebuild, not just return to what we were, but become something even greater. Stronger. More honest. More enduring. There's still so much left unsaid between us, so many feelings we never fully expressed. I believe God will give us another chance, another moment, another beginning. And when that moment comes, I want us to be ready. I want us to speak the truths we've buried, to face the fears that kept us apart, and to choose each other again with full hearts and open eyes. I'm not just hoping for that chance, I'm working toward it. In my heart, I'm rewriting our story, imagining a future where we've learned from the past and used that wisdom to build something lasting. I'm putting all of myself into that dream, not out of desperation, but out of love. Deep, abiding love. A love that refuses to give up even when everything seems uncertain. You're still the one my heart calls out to, the one my soul remembers. And no matter how long the road may be, I'll keep walking towards you, holding on to the hope that we'll find our way back, and this time, we'll stay. The air feels different this time, subtler, yet heavier with meaning. There's a shift, not just in your surroundings, but deep within your spirit. You feel it as much as you see it, something is unraveling, something is breaking free. Your partner has gone deeper into their healing journey, diving into layers of themselves they once feared to face. Their silence hasn't been an absence, it's been a chrysalis, a sacred space where pain meets transformation. Meanwhile, you've started your own liberation. The energy that once kept you stuck, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually, is loosening its grip. For the first time in a long time, you are stepping into your own light, venturing beyond old patterns and limitations, beginning to reclaim pieces of yourself that you had forgotten. This evolution hasn't gone unnoticed. Your partner sees the changes in you, just as they are confronting the changes within themselves. More than ever, they are beginning to understand the truth of your connection, and it's not what they once thought. You are not a soulmate in the traditional sense. You are something far more disruptive, more transformative. The differences between you and what they imagined a soulmate to be are vast, undeniable. But rather than run from it this time, they are leaning into that realization. There's an awareness dawning on them that they can no longer deny, and with it comes a desire, perhaps even a need, to speak openly with you. A heartfelt, vulnerable conversation is on the horizon. One that will bring truth to the surface and ask both of you to stand in your authenticity. Stay grounded, even as the energy intensifies. There's so much they want to say, so much they've been carrying silently. One of the deepest truths they wish to share is this: you are the only woman they've ever truly been afraid to lose. That fear isn't rooted in insecurity but in reverence, in recognizing the rare, soul-stirring impact you've had on their life. They've never met anyone like you, and no matter how hard they've tried to dismiss it, the imprint you've left on them is indelible. After a period of emotional isolation, a hermit-like retreat into their inner world, they are slowly emerging. The walls are coming down, even if only brick by brick. And while they've been doing their inner work, you've been doing yours too. You're no longer waiting. You're no longer seeking validation or chasing clarity. Instead, you are shifting, evolving, and rebuilding your life from the inside out. The changes you're making are profound, touching every area of your life, from your thoughts and routines to your dreams and desires. Still, even as you've stepped forward, you remain on their mind. You are their quiet thought in the morning, their unanswered question at night. Happiness now has your face, your voice, your energy. And because of that, they are making space for you, not just in their heart, but in their life. They're reevaluating priorities, shedding toxic habits, and considering how to align their outer world with what their inner truth has always known, that you matter deeply. They tried, truly tried, to fight this connection. To label it as a phase, to run from it, to find comfort in logic or distraction. But no matter what they did, they couldn't escape the pull. They couldn't forget the way you made them feel, seen, challenged, inspired. They couldn't ignore the mirror you held up, even when it showed them the parts of themselves they'd rather avoid. You cracked them open in a way that was terrifying and beautiful all at once. And in doing so, you changed the course of their life. Now, they are beginning to see that this journey wasn't about romance in the conventional sense. It was about awakening, about growth, surrender, and transformation. You weren't just a chapter in their story, you were the turning point. And as they stand at this threshold, they realize they can't unsee what this journey has shown them. They can't return to who they were before you. You've awakened something that won't let them go back to sleep. What lies ahead may not be easy. Conversations will require courage. Decisions will demand clarity. But this time, the energy feels different because you are different, and so are they. The healing isn't over, and the path may still be uncertain, but one thing is becoming clearer with each passing day: the connection between you was never meant to be ordinary. It was meant to break you both open so you could rebuild from truth, from love, from authenticity. They want you back in their life, not as a possession, but as a presence. Someone who inspires them to be better, love deeper, and live more honestly. And perhaps, when the time is right, you'll meet again, not in longing or confusion, but in mutual understanding, with eyes wide open and hearts ready.